Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of NASCAR Champions, Todd Bodine. Todd Bodine is a former NASCAR Cup Series, Xfinity Series, and Craftsman Truck Series driver who found success in each series, even winning the Craftsman Truck Series championship in 2006 and 2010. Todd is the youngest of the Bodine brothers. Jeff and Brett is both his older brothers. All three have drove in the top series in NASCAR, the Cup Series. Todd made his debut in the Xfinity Series in 1986, behind the wheel of Tom Pistone's number 59 at Martinsville, starting 27th, and after he blew his engine, Bodine finished 27th. Todd also worked as a fabricator for Tom Pistone. After that, he worked as a crew chief and a fabricator for Billy Standridge in his Xfinity Series team, and his number 47, Purple Nova. Bobby Hillin Jr. saw how nice of a race car Bodine had built for Standridge, and hired him the following week. Hillin, Ted Condor, and Felix Sabates formed Highline Racing, the number 81 Buick. This was actually Felix Sabates' first foray into NASCAR. There used to be a series called the Sportsman Series. Highline Racing let Todd build a Sportsman Series car and run 4 races, in which Bodine finished second 3 times. Todd remained with Highline Racing for the 1990 Xfinity Series season. Bobby Hillin Jr. left the team, and Kyle Petty replaced him. Sponsor Ames wanted Petty to run more races. Already having a full schedule, Petty suggested that Todd run the extra races, in which he did, making 5 starts in the number 42 Ames Pontiac and 3 starts in the number 81 Diamond Ridge Pontiac, altogether making 8 starts. His best start was 4th, and his best finish was 3rd, both coming at Dover in the fall. Overall, in 8 Xfinity Series starts, Bodine scored 1 top 5 and 3 top 10s. After several years of watching his older brothers run full-time in one of NASCAR's top series, Todd was picked up by Cicci-Welliver Racing's number 34 Buick, beginning the 1991 season, without sponsorship, though Hungry Jack would join the team starting at race 22 in IRP, and remain with the team through the end of the 1992 season. Clyde McLeod served as the team's crew chief. Their best start was first 4 times, at South Boston and Dublin in the summer of 91, and Dover in the spring, and Richmond in the fall of 92. Their best finish was first 4 times, at Dover in the spring of 91, Nazareth in the spring of 92, Michigan, and Dover in the fall of 92. Overall, in 62 starts, Todd scored 4 poles, 4 wins, 18 top 5s, and 34 top 10s, with the best points finish for 3rd in 1992. He also made his NASCAR Cup Series debut at his home track of Watkins Glen, behind the wheel of a Dunleavy Racing prepared Frank Cicci-owned number 34 Diet Pepsi Ford. Todd started 21st, then, following a crash on lap 16, he finished 37th. For the 1993 season, Todd continued to run the Xfinity Series full-time, still for Cicci-Welliver Racing's number 34 Chevrolet. They had a bit of an up-and-down season, spending 17 weeks inside the top 10 in points throughout the season. Todd's best start was first, at Nazareth in the spring, and his best finish was first 3 times, at both Dover races and Bristol in the late summer. Overall, they scored 1 pole, 3 wins, 9 top 5s, and 13 top 10s, finishing 9th in final Xfinity Series point standings. As far as the Cup Series, Butch Mock Motorsports' number 75 Factory Outlet Sports Ford team picked him up starting at race 19 at Watkins Glen. Todd's best start was 6th at Michigan in the late summer, and his best finish was 23rd at North Wilkesboro in the fall. That following season, in 1994, Todd would continue to climb up the ladder in NASCAR, becoming a full-time driver in the NASCAR Cup Series for the 1994 and 95 season, still behind the wheel of the Butch Mock Motorsports number 75 Ford full-time. Troy Selberg served as a crew chief for the number 75 team. Now, it was a tale of 2 completely different seasons. 94, Bodine made that 75 team look very solid. His best start was 3rd at Talladega in the spring. His best finish was 3rd at Atlanta in the fall. Overall, in 30 starts, they scored 2 top 5s and 7 top 10s, finishing 20th in final Cup Series point standings. 1995, the quality of race cars that the team was building was just subpar, leading to the team DNQing 3 times, with a best start of 6th at Daytona in the summer, and a best finish of 4th at Darlington in the spring, DNFing 10 times. Overall, in 28 starts, Todd scored 1 top 5 and 3 top 10s. He also made 3 Xfinity Series starts in 1995, one in number 81 UniFirst Uniforms Ford for Group 3 racing at Loudon in the spring, starting 12th and finishing 37th. Later in that season, Todd made 2 more Xfinity Series starts for Ron Parker's number 72 Detroit Gasket Chevrolet. His best start was 14th and his best finish was 1st, both coming at Rockingham in the fall. NASCAR also formed the Craftsman Truck Series in 1995, and Todd would make his series debut behind the wheel of a number 61 Ford for Jack Roush. This was Roush Racing's first foray into the Truck Series. Bodine never finished worse than 8th in all 5 starts. His best start was 2nd at Mesa Martin in the fall. His best finish was 4th at Topeka in the summer. Overall, in 5 starts, he scored 1 top 5 and 5 top 10s. At the conclusion of the 1995 season, Butch Mock fired Bodine after the results fell way off through the 95 season. 1996 would see Todd move back down to the Xfinity Series full-time behind the wheel of Ron Neal's number 81 Cape Canaveral Cruise Chevrolet. Neal's team was really underfunded, operating on about half of what the top teams was. Still, they were solid, spending 18 weeks inside the top 5 and 22 weeks inside the top 10 in points throughout the season. Todd's best start was 3rd at Homestead in the fall, and his best finish was 1st at South Boston in the spring. Overall, in 26 starts, Todd scored 1 win, 3 top 5s, and 9 top 10s, finishing 3rd in final Xfinity Series point standings. Up in the Cup Series, Todd would make 10 starts for 3 different teams. The first 4 races were in the 94 Ford for an injured Bill Elliott. Todd's best start was 12th at Charlotte in the spring, and his best finish in the number 94 was 10th at Pocono in the spring. Then Todd made 3 starts in David Blair's number 27 Ford. And the number 27, Todd's best start was 5th at Charlotte in the fall. His best finish was 15th at Darlington in the fall. The final 3 Cup Series starts of the season for Todd came in the final 3 races of the season behind the wheel of Andy Petry's number 33 Skull Bandit Chevrolet. His best start was 7th in Atlanta in the fall, and his best finish was 11th at Phoenix in the fall. Overall, in 10 starts, Todd scored 1 top 10. After some time away from the team, starting in 1997, Todd returned to Cicci-Welliver Racing's number 36 Stanley Pontiac. Together, they had a very strong season, never falling lower than 2nd in point standings throughout the season, even leading points for 7 weeks. Todd's best start was 1st at Hickory in the spring, and his best finish was 1st at California in the fall. Overall, in 30 starts, Todd scored 1 pole, 1 win, 9 top 5s, and 22 top 10s, finishing 2nd in final Xfinity Series point standings. In the Cup Series, again, Todd would take what opportunities would come his way, filling in for an injured Ricky Craven at Texas in the spring, and his injured brother Jeff at Charlotte in the spring. Todd won his first career NASCAR Cup Series pole at his home track of Watkins Glen, behind the wheel of Cicci-Welliver Racing's number 34 Chevrolet. At Darlington, Todd made a one-off start for Buzz McCall's number 96 Chevrolet, before Bodine would land what would appear to be a wonderful sponsorship deal with Tabasco. Bob Hancher was the owner of International Sports Management, an IRL and NASCAR team. Tabasco gave Hancher $7 million to fund the race team, putting another $3 million behind Bodine in advertisement, though Hancher bought a bunch of old, slow race cars from Jack Roush and a bunch of old, no-good parts to build their motors. In turn, Bodine would not be able to show his talents behind the wheel, and at the end of the 1997 season, the number 35 and Bodine attempted 2 races, qualifying for the fall race, starting 36th and finishing 26th. Going into the 1998 NASCAR Cup Series season, it looked as though Todd Bodine was going to have the best opportunity to this point in his racing career. Pat Tryson served as the number 35 team's crew chief. In the first 16 races of the season, Bodine only qualified for 7 of them. His best start was 2nd, and his best finish was 10th, both coming at Atlanta in the spring. Overall, in 7 starts, Bodine scored 1 top 10. To finish the 98 season, Todd made 7 more starts in Joe Falk's number 91 Chevrolet. His best start was 8th at Charlotte in the fall. His best finish was 5th at Atlanta in the fall. Overall, in 14 starts, Todd scored 1 top 5 and 2 top 10s. After the Tabasco fiasco was over, Todd returned to the Cicci-Welliver Racing number 30 Slim Jim Chevrolet, starting at race 19 in California in the Xfinity Series. Todd's best start was 3rd at South Boston in the late summer, and his best finish was 4th at Bristol in the fall. Overall, in 13 Xfinity Series starts, he scored 5 top 5s and 7 top 10s. For the 1999 season in the NASCAR Cup Series, Bodine made the final 9 attempts of the season, DNQing twice, in Bahari Racing's number 30 Pontiac. His best start was 5th in Atlanta in the fall, and his best finish was 15th at Bristol in the fall. Then, back in the Xfinity Series, Bodine returned to the Cicci-Welliver Racing team, behind the wheel of the number 66 Phillips 66 Chevrolet, full-time, for both 1999 and 2000. Donnie Richardson served as his crew chief for both seasons. Todd was strong both seasons, though 2000 was a bit stronger. His best start was 1st, twice, at Talladega in the spring and Richmond in the fall, both in 2000. His best finish was 1st at Michigan in the fall in 2000. Overall, in 64 starts, he scored 2 poles, 1 win, 24 top 5s, and 40 top 10s, finishing 4th in points in both seasons. Also in 2000 in the Cup Series, Todd made a few Cup Series starts when an opportunity would arise. His best start was 5th in Atlanta in the fall, behind the wheel of the number 46 Kmart Ford for Travis Carter, the same owner that he would end up driving for the next few seasons. His best finish was 7th at Atlanta in the spring, in Joe Falk's number 91 Chevrolet. For the 2001 NASCAR Cup Series season, it looked to be Todd Bodine's most legit opportunity in the Cup Series thus far in his career, taking over for the retiring Darrell Waltrip, behind the wheel of the number 66 Blue Light Special Ford. Larry Carter served as his crew chief in the 2001 season. They qualified for every race but the Daytona 500. Bodine's best start was 1st 3 times, at Chicago, Land, and Pocono in the summer, then Martinsville in the fall. His best finish was 5th twice, at Las Vegas in the spring and Watkins Glen in the summer. Overall, in 35 starts, he scored 3 poles, 0 wins, 2 top 5s, and 2 top 10s, finishing 29th in final Cup Series point standings. Back down in the Xfinity Series, Todd made 16 starts for 2 different teams, 12 in Buckshot Jones number 00 Chevrolets and Pontiacs. His best start was 2nd twice, at Las Vegas and Darlington in the spring. His best finish was 1st twice, at Rockingham and Las Vegas in the spring. And then he made 4 starts in Armando Fitz number 11 Channel Lock Chevrolet. His best start was 7th, and his best finish was 5th, both coming at Phoenix in the fall. Overall, in 16 starts, Todd scored 2 wins, 6 top 5s, and 7 top 10s, finishing 29th also in Xfinity Series point standings. In 2002, Todd was set to return to the number 66 Kmart Ford full-time, though the sponsor, Kmart, would end up filing Chapter 11 bankruptcy, leaving Bodine without a sponsor, following race 3 in Las Vegas, where he started 1st and finished 29th. Travis Carter restructured the race team and landed Discover Card as a primary sponsor of the team's number 26 Fords starting at race 13 in Dover. Bodine drove the rest of the season for Carter. Todd's best start in that number 26 was 3rd at Rockingham in the fall, and his best finish was 5th at Richmond in the fall. Overall, in 24 Cup Series starts, Todd scored 1 pole, 0 wins, 1 top 5, and 4 top 10s, finishing 38th in final Cup Series point standings. As far as the Xfinity Series, Todd became the new driver of the Herzog-Jackson Excedrin Chevrolet, taking over for Jimmy Johnson. Tony Liberati served as crew chief for Bodine in both 2002 and 2003. Todd's best start was 1st at Chicago in the summer of 2002. His best finish was 1st twice, at Kentucky in the summer of 2002 and Darlington in the spring of 2003. Overall, in 46 starts, Bodine scored 1 pole, 2 wins, 12 top 5s, and 19 top 10s, with the best points performance of 1st, before they had to shut down the team due to the fact that, well, they were basically running the team out of their pocket, and they had to go and get loans to continue running their business. This was right after 9/11, and basically the loan company said that they weren't going to be willing to loan them money if they continued to operate the race team. They had to shut down the race team. So, boom, they shut it down, just like that. It was really unfortunate because they were definitely in it for the championship. They had a real shot at the championship in 2003. I mean, they really had a really good shot at the championship. Again, Todd returned to Travis Carter's operation for the 2003 season. Sam Belnavis was also a co-owner of the number 54 National Guard Ford. The team was really not able to find success that they were hoping for. Bodine's best start was 6th at Daytona in the spring, and his best finish was 8th at Pocono in the late summer. Overall, in 35 starts, he scored 1 top 10, finishing 31st in Final Cup Series point standings. At the conclusion of the season, Bodine and Carter parted ways. Todd began the 2004 NASCAR Cup Series season for Bill Edwards' number 98 Ford and John Carter's number 37 Dodge until race 21 in Indianapolis, where he started making starts in Don Arnold's number 50 Dodges. Bodine's best start was 20th in Kansas in the fall. His best finish was 23rd twice at Bristol and Loudon in the fall. Most were starting parts, 18 ending in DNFs. Back in the Xfinity Series, Bodine made 6 starts for 2 different teams. One in Greg Mixon's number 24 Chevrolet at Richmond in the spring, starting 27th and finishing 24th. Then Todd made 5 starts in Ted Marsh's number 31 Whalen Engineering Ford. His best start was 15th at Chicagoland in the summer. His best finish was 5th at Homestead in the fall. Overall, in 6 starts, Bodine scored 1 top 5 and 1 top 10. For the first time in 10 years, Todd returned to the Craftsman Truck Series in 2004. First making a couple one-off starts before hooking up with a team that he would find the most success with in his entire career, Germain Racing, and their number 30 Toyota. Starting at race 17 in Richmond in the late summer, making 8 Craftsman Truck Series starts to finish the 2004 season. His best start was 3rd at Richmond in the late summer, and his best finish was 1st twice at California and Texas in the fall. Overall, in 10 starts, Bodine scored 2 wins, 4 top 5s, and 5 top 10s, finishing 27th at final Craftsman Truck Series point standings. Todd Bodine started the 2005 Craftsman Truck Series season driving the number 66 Toyota for Fiddleback Racing for the first 10 races of the season. Bodine's best start was 2nd at Martinsville in the spring. His best finish was 3rd at Daytona in the spring. Following race 10, Bodine would rejoin Germain Racing in their number 30 Toyota. For 2005 through 2011, Todd Bodine would be the full-time driver of Germain Racing's number 30 Toyota Tundra. Mike Hillman would serve as his crew chief the entire time Bodine drove that number 30 also. Together, Germain and Bodine found a ton of success, winning 2 Craftsman Truck Series championships, one in 2006 and then again in 2010, along with 19 races. Overall, in 175 Craftsman Truck Series starts, Todd scored 7 poles, 19 wins, 82 top 5s, and 107 top 10s. Throughout that same time period, from 2005 through 2011, Todd made occasional starts in the Cup Series and Xfinity Series for several different teams. 16 overall in the Cup Series. His best start was 14th, and his best finish was 19th, both coming at Charlotte in the fall. Behind the wheel of the number 4 Chevrolet from Walker-McClure Motorsports. 17 Xfinity Series starts. His best start was 6th at Milwaukee in 2007 in Todd Braun's number 10 Toyota. And his best finish was 4th at Darlington in the spring, driving the number 03 Toyota for Germain Racing. Todd made his final Cup Series start at Michigan in 2011, driving for Phil Parsons' number 66 Toyota, starting 40th and finishing 39th. That following season, in 2012, Todd ran his final full-time season in the Craftsman Truck Series behind the wheel of the Red Horse Racing's number 11 Toyota. This was not the season that Bodine was hoping for, performance-wise, only spending 5 weeks inside the top 10 in points, and that was in the first 7 weeks of the season. Bodine's best start was 3rd at Bristol in the late summer, and his best finish was 1st at Dover in the spring. This would be Todd's final NASCAR victory of his career. Overall, in 22 Craftsman Truck Series starts, Todd scored 5 top 5s and 7 top 10s, finishing 14th in final Craftsman Truck Series point standings. At the conclusion of the season, Bodine and Red Horse Racing parted ways. Todd would make the move to Duke Thorson's number 13 Toyota for what was intended to be a full-time season in 2013. Though after 7 races, their best start was 16th and their best finish was 11th twice at Daytona and Martinsville in the spring. So they decided to stop racing following race 7 at Texas. Bodine made a one-off start at Pocono in Steve Turner's number 30 Chevrolet, starting 7th and finishing 11th. Fox Sports would hire Todd as a color analyst for select Craftsman Truck Series races when Michael Waltrip was not available. And also, he works now as a pit reporter for the Craftsman Truck Series. Then from 2014 through 2017, Todd would make 8 Xfinity Series starts, 7 for Bobby Daughter and 1 for Mario Gosselin. His best start was 26th at Watkins Glen in the late summer. In 2016, for Mario Gosselin, his best finish was 19th at Watkins Glen in the summer. In 2015, for Bobby Daughter. Todd's final Xfinity Series start came at Charlotte in the spring of 2017, driving the number 07 for Bobby Daughter, starting 36th and finishing 30th. Then, from 2017 through 2022, Todd made no NASCAR starts, though he realized he was only 6 starts from having 800 total NASCAR starts throughout his career. So Bodine contacted Marcus Lemonis to ask Camping World if they would sponsor him, and he agreed. Then Todd figured out a 6-race schedule with Halmar-Friesen Racing's number 62 Toyota team. Todd's best start was 18th, and his best finish was 10th, both coming at Darlington in the spring 2023. Todd Bodine had a solid racing career. In 241 NASCAR Cup Series starts, he scored 5 poles, 0 wins, 7 top 5s, and 21 top 10s, with a best points finish of 20th in 1994. In 333 Xfinity Series starts, Todd scored 7 poles, 15 wins, 90 top 5s, and 160 top 10s, with a best points finish of 2nd in 1997. In 226 Craftsman Truck Series starts, Bodine scored 7 poles, 22 wins, 92 top 5s, and 125 top 10s, with a best points finish of 1st twice, in 2006 and 2010. Thanks for watching, everyone, and take care.